Forti, and this video is part of a series presented by Roslindale Village Main Streets. And we're looking at shops that are great to shop in if you like to cook and eat at home. And today we're talking to Adam at Boston Cheese Cellar. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Sue.
Thanks for coming. So tell us about the Cheese Cellar. What kind of products and services do you provide here that people might not know about?
Well, obviously we're called the Boston Cheese Cellar, so we sell cheese, and that's probably our primary product that we sell. And in addition to that, we sell the regular charcuterie, so cured meats and so on, as well as jams and the other accoutrements like crackers and bread and things which will sort of fill out a lovely cheese platter. And you know, we really take some time to curate our selection of cheeses and meats from across the US and from across the globe. So the idea is that you can come into the shop and everything that's here is sort of the highest quality. We really want you to feel that when you come in.
Would you like to talk a little bit about your blog, the microblog?
Yeah, sure. So the blog is something on our website which we write, and it's again really trying to fill out the background of cheese and help people understand how cheese is very much a transcendent food, and that it really, cheese is a description of an area, and it's really moving from the fields and the farms through the cows, sheep or goats into a solid product. And so there's obviously a lot to learn about in those sort of situations. So the blog is one of those situations where I'm able to take a topic and kind of break it down into easily digestible, 5-minute reads or something. And that blog is kind of a whole part of a website, kind of a nice little website, I think, which, it's sort of educational. It shows what we have. You can even order online, actually, and just come into the store and pick it up, which is very useful around Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Right. And as a customer, I appreciate the education. You've taught me a lot.
And the emails too, of course.
And the emails are wonderful.
Right.
Are there any current promotions or new products right now that you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, one thing actually we're really excited about is that this year we've adopted an Alp. Essentially what that means is on the Alp there is a cheesemaker who's called Karl Muller, I believe, a good Swiss name. And he works in his little cheesemaking facility. And there are, I think, 8 dairies around the Alp whose cows graze on the Alp. They bring him his milk every morning and he makes cheeses. And what's special about this sort of touches on what I was talking about earlier, about really knowing where the cheese comes from. So to make a Vacherin Fribourgeois or a real raclette or a real Alpkäse, the cows have to be on the Alp. In fact, what happens is in the spring, there's a big festival and a big celebration as the animals and the humans all move up to the mountain, because that's where the lush pastures are. So that's where the grass is green and so on and so on. And they will eat that grass, so you know where the feed is coming from. It's just the grass. And that's where the milk comes, and that's where the cheese is made. And then at the end of the season, which we're coming up to around now, actually, sort of in middle of September, late September, there's a big procession as everyone comes down the mountain. We should be getting our first cheeses end of September, beginning of October, and then regularly through October, November, December. And it's going to be really exciting. I'm going to try and have a big kind of Swiss yodeling thing and stuff when we get the cheese in. So that's something which we're very excited about coming up soon, which is kind of cool.
So you also run classes about cheese making.
Yeah, and actually one of the most popular events that we do are probably our cheese making classes. And we do 3 different, I think 2 to 3 different types depending on how much time I have throughout the year. We do a mozzarella making class where basically in 2 hours there's a small group of about 10 people and you will all be making mozzarella. I lead you through it, and at the end of the night you've gone from milk to basically stretching a mozzarella, and it's really fun. We get people from I had a class last night, and we had people from Everett, I've had people from Weymouth before, so it has a real appeal to Boston and beyond. And we also do, and that's very much sort of a hands-on making class. There are others, like what I call an introduction to cheese making, which is very much about what it takes to transform milk to cheese. And so in that one we make a couple of basic types of cheeses, ricotta and queso fresco. And there's a bigger group, there's some wine involved, and it's really a learning experience and kind of just seeing that transformation to a solid. Then every now and again we run a cheddar making class as well. And they're all very popular, and actually I'm kind of lucky that the Cambridge School of Culinary Arts, I go up there every semester and actually give the students, the culinary students up there, a hands-on lesson in cheese making too. So it's great that just going from sort of like basic cheese making in the shop, I'm able to take that to people who, if they want, can make fresh ricotta in their restaurants, which is kind of neat actually.
That's very neat. And how can we support your business? What can we do to spread the word, or whatever you need? For
a small business, word of mouth is very important, and word of mouth nowadays means talking to friends, online and so on. So really these sort of methods of just spreading the word is so important to us, to any small business in Roslindale.
Social media, is that something that?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, we have a nice website, I think, and we're on Facebook and all the usual things. And I hope that it follows naturally, because I think if you provide a good service and a good experience, then when you're sat down with someone and eating the cheese, they'll be interested. And then, hopefully it builds. If what we do is good, then we will deserve that sort of recognition. That's what we're aiming for.
Thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to see more of the RVMS videos about our wonderful Roslindale businesses, please subscribe to our YouTube by clicking here.